Welcome to Turnbuckle Tommy Picks. I hope everyone had an amazing Saturday, enjoyed college football. We had some good baseball games on today. If you could, please take a minute, hit that like and subscribe button. We're here to talk about Week 3 football picks. Big slate jumping off tomorrow. So, with no further ado, let's get started on tomorrow's NFL slate. First pickup on the board.
Hut! Hike!
We're going to Cleveland, where the Green Bay Packers are taking on the Cleveland Browns. This is a spot I already bet the under 41.5 at minus 110. Believe it or not, I also like the Browns in this spot too. You can get them on a couple books. There's some 8.5s out there. I was able to get that 8.5. Right now, I believe it is you got 70% of the tickets and 85% on the money of the money on Green Bay. Yet this line opened at a Green Bay -8, and on the sharper books, that line has dropped to 7.5. So books telling you that they're pretty comfortable taking this Green Bay money. I think this is kind of a Green Bay letdown spot. I do think Green Bay wins the game. I just don't think they blow them out. I think the Browns are able to get up for this game. But more than anything, I like the under. This Green Bay defense is solid. We've seen it in the first 2 weeks of football. I mean, but both games they've had, they've looked amazing. That offense has looked outstanding. They were able to hold the Commanders. They were able to hold the Commanders to 18 points. They were able to hold the Lions to 13. Granted, a lot of factors went into that, but Green Bay's defense has been looking solid. I think this is just kind of a letdown spot for Jordan Love for that Green Bay offense. They've been so high-powered in these first two games. I think Cleveland gets up, but I think both defenses step up to the plate, so we're taking the under 41.5. Next game up on the board.
Hut! Hike!
Jets taking on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. So, if you haven't heard, there will be no Justin Fields starting for the Jets. So, they're going to go with Tyrod Taylor. So, this is a spot, again, we're back on the under. I bet the under the other day, 43.5. We got it minus 110. That has dropped to a flat 43. Again, this is a spot I think both teams are going to be flat. I think the quarterback change, it could boost up the offense a little. I think Justin Fields was good. I don't think that was the problem. I just don't think what we saw in week 1 from the Jets was a fluke. I also feel the same about the Steelers. I don't think that's the Jets team that we're going to get consistently. We've seen in week 2 they looked absolutely horrible playing against against a Bills team whose defense has already shown that you can kind of do whatever you want on that defense. You just got to stop the offense, and they weren't even able to put up any points against that Bills defense. So I like the under 43.5. And I also took the New York Jets team total under 18.5. This is a spot I just think the Jets struggle to put up points. No Justin Fields on the board. Tampa at home, off to a great start, 2-0. So give me the Jets under 18.5 and give me the full game under 43.5. Next game up on the board.
Hut! Hike!
Going to New England, where the Steelers are taking on the Patriots. So I have been a complete die-hard New England Patriot hater my entire life. I do not like backing them. However, more than that, I do not like backing Aaron Rodgers. This is a 43-year-old who should not be out on the field right now. But plain and simple, I think this Steelers team I think they're a fluke. Like I said, what we saw in week 1, I don't think that's who this team is. I just think that was a game where we saw no defense and two offenses do whatever they want. You again, like I said, you got a 43-year-old quarterback who's on a Pittsburgh Steelers team who has a head coach who calls about 75% run calls. Yet you have a quarterback who isn't mobile, who passes the ball. This team is just, in my opinion, this team is not set up to win. It's not set up to go to the postseason. I plan on fading this Pittsburgh Steelers team a lot. Last week I was on him, I guess you could say to a certain extent. We had DK Metcalf anytime touchdown. That was a nice little winner, but that was just specifically because of the situation they were playing the Seahawks. So in this one, I plan on going. I already took it Patriots money line plus 110. I like what I've seen from Drake May. Man, he's coming into this game with a 71% completion rate. He has been moving the ball. He's looking good. New England back at home. A lot of people are on the Steelers. A lot of people are on the Steelers. I am kind of afraid fading Mike Tomlin after a loss. Mike Tomlin historically after a loss does very, very good and bounces back. But this is more for me. This is a fade of Aaron Rodgers. I think he folds under pressure. That New England defense is nothing to write home about at all. They definitely are not looking good, but this is just a spot I think the Patriots are able to put up more points on the board. So plus money, home dog. Let me get Patriots money line. Next pickup on the board.
Hut, hut, hike!
Last pick of the slate. We're actually going to do a little two-team money line parlay. I don't do parlays that often. They are something I try to stay away from. Of course, it's nice hitting those fat little plus money parlays when you do hit them, but long term, they are not a profitable thing. Listen to what I'm telling you. A lot of trial and error and a lot of personal experience. Long term, parlays are not profitable. If I do them, I like to stick to the two teamers. Every once in a blue moon, I might do a three-teamer, but I try to stick to the two-teamers for the most part. So we're going to go with, we have a Falcons, Philly money line parlay. Atlanta Falcons, Philadelphia Eagles money line parlay. And this is just, for me, it's kind of simple. I actually, I might look to middle this part of this parlay just a little. I do like the Rams with the points. This is a game, kind of a revenge game for the Rams last year. Uh, the Phillies knocked them out of the playoffs, and I think they always play Philly tough. Granted, the weather last season had a lot to do with it. They played that game in the snow, but I just think this Phillies team is better. Whether they win by 2, 3, I think it's going to be a tight game, but I do think Phillies, the Eagles at home, I think they can just do enough to pull off the win. I know they're fat and happy right now, but man, this team is just looking amazing right now. I don't think the Rams are going to stop that. And as far as the Atlanta Falcons goes, they're playing the Panthers. Panthers are 0-2. I get, that of course they're going to win the game. They're going to win a game, several games, who knows how many, but this is a spot I just, personally, I like Atlanta Falcons. Plus, I look at money movement. You got 76% of the bets, 83% of the money on the Falcons. This line opened, I believe it opened at, I believe it opened at a 2.5 or a 3. Got up to a 5.5. It now settled at a 4.5 today. So, the market respecting that money that's coming in on the Falcons. So, and that could also be a tight game. Hey, Carolina, every now and then Bryce Young does pull off these games where he keeps it close. But I think the Birds, two different Birds, you got Falcons, Eagles. I think they get to the spot and cash this ticket for us. Wraps it up for week 3 NFL picks. I just gave out a handful of picks, guys. I am doing some more research. I probably will have some more bets for the slate tomorrow. Just keep your eyes open. Check my Instagram and my X account. I'm posting all my plays on that. I will also post the plays that I add into the comment section of this video. You can find me on Instagram and X at Tommy Turnbuckle. So make sure you just, like I said, I post my plays every single day. I have MLB plays that I'm also putting in. We're just not doing any videos for them, but you can get those plays on Instagram and X as well. Again, please hit that like and subscribe. I will have some player props. I got a bunch that I like tomorrow. Jordan Love, under a half an interception, one of my favorite ones. Minus 125. You can get great line value right now. But yeah, that's it, man. I hope everyone enjoys the rest of their Saturday evening. We got a big day of football. Let's have some fun. Let's watch some good football. Let's cash some tickets. Let's smoke them.